Hi, everybody. My name is Greg Katz, and welcome to Thursday's second half kickoff edition of WeAreSC.com's Inside the Trojans Huddle, where we tell it like it is. Friends, Inside the Trojans Huddle is a game-like panel discussion that is posted on Tuesdays and Thursdays on WeAreSC.com and features WeAreSC columnists, staff writers, and historians. We first start off with the pregame show where we introduce our panel members for this edition of Inside the Trojans Huddle and then give you the latest USC football news. Let's meet Thursday's panelists. WeAreSC columnist who writes WeAreSC.com's The Monday Morass, Yay or Nay, and Sunday Takeaways. In addition to regular season football and basketball practice reports, he also hosts his own podcast show entitled Locked On USC, Marc Kulkin. A former William Jewell College defensive back and WeAreSC columnist who writes the popular WeAreSC.com column Musings with Arledge, now has his own weekly WeAreSC.com video show, Musings with Arledge, and is a graduate of the USC Law School, Chris Arledge, and a former USC first-team all-conference linebacker and team captain for the 75 Trojans, a WeAreSC columnist who writes Defensively Speaking after every game, Kevin Bruce, and weekly WeAreSC columnist who writes Fridays, The Obvious and Not So Obvious IMHO Sunday, and is an active member of the Football Writers Association of America. Your moderator and producer of Inside the Trojans Huddle, that's me, Greg Katz. Before we kick off Thursday's edition of Inside the Trojans Huddle, here's some USC football news heading into the weekend. On Saturday evening, the number 9 Trojans will play the California Bears in Los Angeles with kickoff time at 7:30. The game will be televised on the Pac-12 network. Excuse me. As the Trojans rebound from the earlier tough conference losses to Utah 2 weeks ago and then rebounding last week against Arizona. Trojans opened up as a 21.5 point favorite to defeat Cal. As a point of information, Saturday evening's game in the Coliseum will also be during the day, the homecoming game. And as you may have learned from end of last week, USC got a commitment from David P.J. Peavy of San Diego Lincoln. He announced that he would be a Trojan in the class of 2023. And as a courtesy reminder for those of you that are not a subscriber member of WeAreSC.com, there's a limited time promotion going on right now. But for $10, you can access all the WeAreSC premium stories, analysis, and videos, a new member deal that doesn't expire until August 31st, 2023. That's $10 for the entire cycle. Okay.
Hey, Greg.
Yes, sir.
I think the game Saturday is on ESPN, not the Pac-12 network.
Did I say ESPN?
You said Pac-12 network, but I think it's
yes, you are correct. Thank you very much. Okay, let's take a look at the Cal preview. We begin Thursday's huddle with the second half kickoff into where we'll be with the preview of the Trojans at Cal coming into the season. The Bears come in to the Pac-12 they come in with Justin Wilcox at the helm at 26 and 28. And then from that point, he's been up to 29 to 33 when you add the games played already this year. Returning from last season are 10 starters, 3 on offense, 5 on defense, along with the kicker and punter. Cal's led by quarterback Jake Plummer, a transfer from Purdue University, along with freshman Jason Ott from the Inland Empire and junior tackle Ben Coleman. On defense, the defense is led by Braxton Codian and corner sophomore Lamonji Hearns and sophomore safety Daniel Scott. Offensively, the Bears, not surprisingly, ranked 10th overall in the Pac-12 and are number 9 defensively. Panel, you've got a little bit of a foundation here. If you've seen Cal, what strikes you when you see them? How do you think they'll do against the Trojans? Mark, you lead us off.
The first thing that sticks out is, Justin Wilcox's team is 9th in the conference defensively. That's where I thought they would have their strength, because offensively they are inept, and that's with Jack Plummer as their the quarterback transferring in from Purdue. If they can't run the ball, which they lean very heavily on Jaden Ott, the freshman, and he's good. USC will have their hands full with him, but if they can't get their passing game going, there's a reason why the line started, I think, 21.5 points in USC's favor. Cal cannot move the football. They can't do it at home. Even with USC's defense in the current situation, they're going to struggle to move it in the Coliseum with a 7:30 p.m. kickoff for homecoming. Why? What?
All right, Kevin, what do you think?
Yeah, I think, look, it'll be competitive for a while, because Cal actually plays a pretty solid game of football. They really do. They're not. I'm not saying that they're good. They're not good, but they're not bad either. So they're solid. Their assignments steady. Their defense has been woeful, which is to Mark's point is a bit of a surprise. But I think against us, there'll be a stretch to a point where they're going to break, and we're going to frankly handle this game pretty straightforwardly. Again, point spread I don't care about. That's not important. What's important is the development of the team. Get ready for championship caliber football play, which is, really, as I've said before, what I look for week in and week out. And I think against Cal, they have an opportunity. The team will have an opportunity to, really bring some A game. Okay, it's time. We've had a lot of B minus, C pluses, grades along, and frankly, I think it's time for us to see the USC football team put a full game together. And I think against Cal, there's no reason why that shouldn't be the case.
Chris?
Yeah, I agree with all that. Look, it's really hard to imagine Cal coming into the Coliseum and beating USC. They're not very good defensively, surprisingly, and USC can score points, especially at home. So it's hard to imagine USC not scoring at least in the mid to high 30s, if not more, right? Does anybody really think Cal's offense is going to put up 40 points? They're just not very good. That's the reality. Cal is not very good this year. And USC doesn't have to worry about a Jaden DeLora type where the guy can run around and make crazy plays. That's not what they're going to see. They don't have to worry about a hostile crowd. They don't have to worry about any of that stuff. So, look, it's a real football game. The other team gives out scholarships and all that too. But it shouldn't be that competitive. This should be an easy win. And it should be a game where the starters are able to rest a little bit in the fourth quarter. That's what should happen.
Well, we're going to find out. The funny thing about Cal is they do always come to play.
Yeah.
Last year they gave SC all they could handle, considering the situation in the last game. So it was kind of like a kind of out of body experience watching it. I don't know how many players did not come on the road trip from SC to play, but it was definitely an experience to say the least. Now this is a completely new team. I watched Cal the other day and I just kind of said, well, I really don't know why Justin Wilcox is still the coach at Cal, to be honest with you. But I think that the fact that he applied for Oregon at the time and didn't get the job must have said, well, they think he's good enough. But then again, maybe it worked out better for Oregon that they got who they got.
That job might be open by the end of the year. You never know.
You never know. You never know. I liked Ott, running back from the Inland Empire. I think he's from Corona, and he was really impressive when I watched him. He can really play. Why SC didn't go after him at the time? A lot of changes, of course, in the coaching staff, but he is a good player. Do I think that they can actually beat SC? It would be a real stretch for me to think so. Also, I think it'll be very interesting to see what kind of crowd is there for 7:30 at night. Not actually the best night to have a homecoming game, in my opinion. 4 o'clock would have been a lot better. In fact, I was shocked when they said it was going to be a 7:30 game, to be quite honest with you. So that may hold down the crowd, but overall, I think SC will find its way to scoring way more points than Cal, and it'll be another game off the schedule. But the more important thing is who's going to play for SC and who's not. I agree with you guys that there's no way that they should be playing guys if the whole goal is to get to UCLA. And if they can just continue to win, that's fine with me. So with that.
Hey, Jay Knott is from Norco, by the way, Greg.
Yeah.
He's from Norco. Norco and Corona were both in our league when I was an Elsinore Tiger. I have no love for either one, but Norco is the better program these days, and that's where he comes from.
Okay, we got that clarified. Very good. Let's go to the torch lighting ceremony. Now, normally, of course, as you all remember, now Chris has his own show that is generally going on Wednesday, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, Chris.
That's right.
Okay, so you guys make sure you go watch that. So we're gonna just kind of go with the torch lighting here, which is a symbol like in the Coliseum of USC, the lighting the torch between the third and fourth quarter. But now we're adding a new segment because Chris allowed us to have that new segment, and we're calling it the Big Ten. In other words, there's going to be 10 questions, rapid fire, very little comment necessary, just yes or no, about what you think about the question itself. It'll make you think, hopefully, and we can have some fun with this. So with that in mind, let's start off with question one. We'll go in the order of Kevin, Chris, Mark, and myself. Question one, are you ready? John McKay or Pete Carroll? Yes or no? Kevin?
John McKay.
Chris?
Wait, what do you mean yes or no? Am I supposed to choose between the two?
That's
That's
not
it.
fair.
That's it. That's
Okay,
it.
I'm going to go with Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll. All right, Mark.
You're making me split the child in half. Are you serious?
Yes, I am serious.
Oh, I'm gonna go with Pete Carroll only because I didn't get to personally watch John McKay years enough. I wasn't old enough, so got to go with my generation, I guess.
There you go. All right, I'm going with John McKay. Question number two. USC UCLA will be a sellout by November 19th. Yes or no? Kevin?
No.
No. Chris?
No.
Mark?
I just want to make sure I understood the question clearly. The game will be announced a sellout before they play?
It will be a sellout by November 19th.
No.
It will not be a sellout. Okay, I say it will not be a sellout. But you never know with walk-up crowds. It could happen. Question number three. Caleb Williams will be named the Heisman Trophy winner in 2022. Yes or no? Kevin?
No.
Chris?
No way, but he'll be a finalist.
Okay, Mark?
No, not this year.
And I don't think so either, but I do think he'll be invited to the ceremony. Question four. Coliseum kettle corn is a must get. Kevin?
Yes.
Chris?
No. No.
You don't like kettle corn?
I didn't say that. You said must get.
Thank you.
All right, Mark.
Yeah, I gotta go no. Because if it's not a must have. I've had better.
All right. I think it is a must get for me. So that's we completed that one. Question five. Will there be a 2022 sellout when the Trojans play Notre Dame? Kevin?
Should be, but no, it won't be.
Okay, it won't be. Chris?
Yes, and especially because Notre Dame fans will be excited after they upset Clemson this Saturday, which I think they'll do.
All right. Mark?
Yeah, he's reading my mind. Get out of there.
Sorry, are you
Yes.
yes, okay. I say it will be a sellout if SC beats UCLA. Definitely will be a sellout, in my opinion. Question six, will there be a black uniform in 5 years from now in dark colors? Kevin?
Yes.
Chris?
Black is a dark color. I don't understand your question. But if you're asking whether USC is going to wear black uniforms, I'm going to say no. I think the dinosaurs like us will win.
Mark?
I'm sticking my foot in the ground with no.
All right, I'm going to say no with my fingers crossed. Question 7, is it conquest or fight on? Kevin,
Conquest.
Chris,
Conquest.
Mark?
It's the daunting sounds of conquest.
It's a foursome. We all agree it's conquest. Question 8, can the Trojans win the next 4 games? Kevin,
Yes.
Chris,
No question they can.
okay, Mark,
Yes, they can.
and I say they can as well. I just don't know if they will. Question number 9, will the Trojans get over or under in the following game until the Trojans finished in 2022? Do you think that they will cover, and let me be more explicit, are they going to cover the next 4 games? Yes or no?
Yeah,
Famous
yeah,
question.
yeah, sure.
Chris?
You're asking if they're going to cover the point spread in the next 4
Yes.
games?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna win, so yeah.
No, I mean, not if Vegas does their job right, they won't. So I'm going to say no.
Okay, Mark?
So we know what the spreads are for these next 3 games following, Cal? Or
No.
we're just
We
assuming they're gonna.
We're just
cover.
going to assume
No,
they will not cover.
not in
Okay.
every one, no.
Well, no, wait a minute. What we're saying is that USC is gonna lose a football game in the next month,
No,
right?
no, he's asking if USC will cover the point spread in every one.
I
of
didn't
those
hear
games.
point spread. I heard cover. So
Yeah, no,
I'm
that's what it
thinking, yeah, okay, so, different answer.
Okay. Did you want to clarify your answer then, Kev?
Yeah, they're gonna win.
Okay.
Okay, so call that a cover. I should. All right.
I will
Kids at
say that they won't cover in all their games going to be played. One of them's going to be below what the cover was.
That's the spread, brother. That's the spread. It's not the cover.
Okay, here we go.
All right, never mind. Geez.
Number 9, go back to your cage. Question 10, yes or no, Lincoln Riley will be the head coach at USC in 10 years?
No.
I think
Okay.
yes.
You wait a minute. So Kevin's no.
Kevin says no.
Chris,
I say yes.
Mark,
I gotta go no. He's gonna go the Pete Carroll route. At a certain point, you just gotta go prove you can get it done at the next level.
Absolutely.
okay. I hate to say I don't know, but I would say the chances are greater that he will go than he will stay. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, come on. We didn't get that kind of weenie answer. Is it yes or no, brother?
Yeah.
Okay. If you're going to be that way, I'll say that he's not going to stay in 10 years. He will not be
Okay.
at USC.
Right.
He's already making more money than most NFL coaches.
That's true too.
And he has complete control over the roster, which he won't get in the NFL.
Yeah, but that Ram job will open up eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not sure what's going to happen with NIL and a bunch of other factors. So whatever. It's the whole game is just changing year to year to year. It's crazy.
Absolutely.
All right. So as a reminder, Inside the Trojans Huddle can be viewed, by the way, on Tuesdays and Thursdays now. Next week, we'll have a whole set of fresh questions. And now we go to the 4th quarter and get ready for this one. The student and the alumni are coming to USC on Saturday on homecoming. Is it just a day in the past for homecoming with not much meat on the bone, or is homecoming what it always has been, a celebration, what have you? What do you think, Chris?
Doesn't mean anything to me. To me, it's just another football game, but I love USC football games, so I don't complain about that.
Okay. Mark, what do you think about homecoming?
I think USC has hurt their own cause, just because of the atmosphere of game day, as far as being able to kind of tailgate in and around the Coliseum. You're kind of forced into corporate type of tailgates or on campus to set up your own, which for homecoming is ideal, but for a 7:30 p.m. kickoff, it's just, and I know USC had nothing to do with it. That's TV calling the shots, but again, overall, the way USC handles the game day itself, the atmosphere, and I know there's a lot of construction going on near the Coliseum, but they've eliminated that really cool tailgating vibe. And I think that affects how people approach the game.
Okay.
So it's it's just another day, I guess is what I'm saying, long-winded.
Okay. Chris, did you say okay, we already got you.
Yep.
I will say that that it has changed dramatically since I was a young man going to USC games. I'm sorry? No, we're good? Okay. Yeah, I think that it's changed a lot. I think the timing of the game at night is a real downer to walk from the exposition over to the Coliseum. It'll be nighttime, daylight savings time will be changed. There isn't like I used to go to 28th Street and take a look at the floats and all that. It just seems to be completely different now. And homecoming isn't what it used to be. I wish it was, but it isn't because of the nature of the way the culture has changed. So do I wish it could be like at 1:30 or 3:30? Yeah, but it isn't. And so you just got to make the best of it and hope you have a good day when you see all your former classmates and football fans around you. So with that, let's go to predictions. We're going to do a little overtime here. Friday, November 4th, we have number 24 Oregon State, 3-2 Pac-12, 6-2 overall at Washington, 3-2 Pac-12, 6-2 overall, 7:30 p.m. ESPN2. UW is favored by 3.5 points. Kevin, what's your pick on this?
I'll take Washington.
Okay. Chris?
I'm picking Washington because they're at home. I think I'd pick Oregon State if they were.
All right. Mark?
I'm going to be the contrarian. I'm going to pick the Beavs. I think they're going to try and ride the momentum they're on right now.
And I am going to take the Beavers as well. I think they're the real deal. And if they get up, that'll be a good thing for them. If they get down, well, I don't think they give up, but it's going to be a long hoe. So I'm gonna go with Oregon State on the upset. All right, Saturday, November 5th, number 8 Oregon, 5-0, Pac-12, 7-1 overall at Colorado, 1-4 in the conference, 1-7 overall, 12:30 p.m. ESPN, number 8 Oregon favored by 23.5 points. Kevin?
Yeah, I think Oregon might handle that one nicely.
Chris?
Yeah, they should cancel this one.
Mark?
Only 23.5?
There you go. I guess that answered that one. And I will say that it'll be Oregon in a rout. Number 10, UCLA, 4-1, Pac-12, 7-1 overall at ASU, 2-3 Pac-12, 3-5 overall. UCLA is favored by 6.5 points. Kevin, who are you picking?
UCLA.
Okay, Chris?
UCLA, but I think it'll be competitive for a half.
Mark?
Yeah, this is an intriguing upset trap game, but I don't think UCLA covers. I think they'll win.
Okay, and I think UCLA wins as well. I don't know whether it's going to happen either as far as the point spread. Washington State, 1-4, Pac-12, 4-4 overall at Stanford, 1-5, Pac-12, 3-5 overall, 12:30 p.m. Pac-12 networks. Washington State's favored by 4.5 points. Your thoughts, beginning with Kevin?
Whoever Stanford plays is going to win.
Okay. Chris?
I still think Stanford's better than Colorado, but otherwise I agree with Kevin. Stanford's bad. Washington State wins.
Okay, Mark?
Yeah, go Wazoo. They're going to win this game.
Okay, and I think that Wazoo will win as well.
Stanford's not only bad, they're boring. I mean, they're the most boring team to watch in the conference. It's just awful.
It is.
So I didn't even get to see it, and I know I'm jumping to the other side of the country. How did that Miami Virginia game? that went into overtime. You want to talk about boring? Nothing beat that. Field goals into overtime, and then to not even score on an offense to win it in overtime? You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, do you,
Right.
baby?
Arizona 1-4 Pac-12, 3-5 overall at number 12. Utah 4-1, 6-2 overall. 4:30 p.m. Pac-12 networks. Utah is favored by 15.5 points. Kevin, do they have a chance?
Utah wins.
Chris?
Yeah, Utah should win, but I don't know what's going on with their injury situation. And Utah's defense will give up points in that game. So if the game were at Arizona, then and if I knew Cam Rising was out, I might see it differently. Utah wins, but I think it could be interesting.
Mark?
Yeah, I don't need to add anything to that. I see the game playing out that way because you don't know what's going on with a couple of their key players, particularly quarterback.
Yeah, that's a big issue. I'm going to take Utah, but if it wasn't at in Salt Lake City, I might have a kind of a puncher's chance on this one. Okay, the last game, Cal 1-4 Pac-12, 3-5 overall at number 9 USC, 5-1 Pac-12, 7-1 overall, 7:30 p.m. ESPN. USC is favored by 21.5 points. Kevin, your pick.
You're muted.
Kevin, are you muted?
Sorry, yeah. USC wins. I just hope there's no serious injuries.
Okay, Chris.
Yeah, the Trojans win. That's a lot of points, especially for a defense that's been struggling a little bit the last 2 games. So I don't know if they'll cover, but I think they'll win and win comfortably. Cal's just not good enough to win at the Coliseum.
Mark?
Yeah, to that point, we have to anticipate a Pac-12 official getting involved and taking points off the board, or not allowing points, at least the opportunity to score. So that might be the difference between covering that 21.5 and just winning, comfortably.
And I will pick USC by 21.5 points because I don't think Cal can tighten it up. And if all goes well, the Trojans will be 8-1 after Saturday night. We'll wait and see. And now for our weekly Georgia Southern prediction presented by the unofficial Clay Helton fan club. When last we met, Georgia Southern was having a bye week. This week, Georgia Southern's the Eagles 2-2 in the Sun Belt, 5-3 overall. Host South Alabama, 3-1 in the Sun Belt, 6-2 overall. South Alabama is favored by 5.5 points. Kevin?
Golly, I've been waiting all week for this one.
I knew you were.
Yeah, so whoever Helton is coaching, I'll take the other team.
Chris?
I've seen one South Alabama game in my entire life. Fortunately, it was this year against UCLA. They looked all right. I like South Alabama in that one.
Mark?
Yeah, Clay Helton's team, he's already gotten one big upset win against those mighty James Madison Dukes. Can he do it a second time? I think this is a special year for Clay. I think he gets another big win in his inaugural season as Georgia Southern's head coach.
All right, I'm going to pick South Alabama on this one. They showed me enough against UCLA that I don't know whether it's going to be a big enough game for an upset here. So I'm going with South Alabama. Okay, that'll do it for Thursday's edition of Inside the Trojans Huddle. Reminder, next Tuesday will be review, and we'll grade this weekend's Cal game at USC. We'll discuss some timely relating issues to USC football or college football in general, as well as answer viewer and listener questions. So until then, big thank you to our panelists, Marc Kulkin, Chris Arledge, and Kevin Bruce. And a special thank you to all of you for watching or listening to Inside the Trojans Huddle. Have a great weekend. Go Trojans. Until next Tuesday, this is your game moderator, Greg Katz, saying, fight on, everybody.